Deflecting Hammer, and this is for a right front kick. All right, it's a committed front kick where they are really trying to kick from about middle level straight through you, kind of a, this is Sparta, big stomping front kick action coming towards you. And this particular technique is when I like to introduce the concept of the best block. Best block, don't be there, right? Get out of that space. If they're trying to kick in this space, we don't want to be in this space. And while you could try and use your arms to knock the foot away, it would be better to just not be in that space. So the response for the attacker should be, as they go to kick, it's like in the Charlie Brown cartoons when Lucy moves the football on him just as he's going to kick it and he completely misses. Or if someone was going to go kick in a front door and just at the same time they went to kick, somebody on the other side just happened to open it, right? You want them overextended because they just missed. So we want to move out of that space in such a way that if their target is right here in the abdomen, you're not there anymore, you've moved just past that so that they're overextended and trying to reach you with their kick. So our first step here is going to involve some footwork. We've been stepping back with the left foot anyway. But for this one, we're not just going to step back. Once you step back with this left foot, we're also going to push off the right toes, off the front foot, and really slide back with that. Keeping your neutral bow the whole time. We don't want to get that far away because you want to be able to return with a counterattack while they're overextended. So for this one, we're just doing a retreat step back, push off the toes, and it's a push drag in reverse here to escape. Pushing off the right foot, I slide back, I keep my neutral bow the whole time here. And just to practice the footwork here, because what we're going to do with the arms we'll add here in a second. As soon as you come back then, I want to return to that space using a push drag going forward. So Deflecting Hammer starts to focus on our footwork. Combat is a moving, changing, chaotic thing. And in order to really protect yourself, you cannot ignore footwork. You've got to be able to move around because fighting is always in motion that way. So most basic footwork is push drag. Doing it in reverse, doing it forward. That's what Deflecting Hammer kind of introduces us to. So as they go to kick, we step back and push off that front foot to get back, and then almost immediately come right back in again. Footwork is back, forward. Just keeping that right foot forward the entire time here. Step back with the left, slide forward. I still keep my neutral bow the whole time here. Now, just in case you go to get out of range here so that they're overextended as they kick and they're falling forward, but you don't quite get back far enough, we are going to use a downward protection. It's not a block, it's what we would call a parry. And the difference between a parry and a block is a block's job is to actually strike the appendage that's coming at you. A parry, on the other hand, will actually go in almost the same direction as the punch or the kick, and it will trace just slightly offline so that it still deflects, but only enough that it protects you. A parry's job is to ride it. Ride the punch and move it just out of way, right? Or ride the kick and move it just out of line. So your arm, your right arm, as it does this downward parry, isn't going to come flat straight across you like we do in blocking set here. Because if that's what happens when you hit that right leg, you'll just send them into a spin. If they know what they're doing, they'll turn and they'll kick you with another foot. And we're going to see that happen in some of the later techniques when we get into like combination attacks. So what we want to do instead, in order to cause them to be overextended, is your right arm is going to come up at the front corner here, right? Kind of 10-30. And it's going to trace back to this back corner here, back to 4:30. That's the line instead that your arm is going to follow as it does this parry. It wants to ride that front kick. If it makes contact at all, if your body gets out of the way, that's even better. But if you have to make contact, you want to help extend them forward. And as soon as they plant down and they're overextended, they don't have a chance to regain their composure and their balance. We're going to move right back in with an elbow. Create an elbow, and with your footwork, drive forward with it. So that point of the elbow crashes right into the ribs. That other hand needs to be up to monitor because they could create a combination of a kick, oh they miss, and then they throw a punch. Well, we want that other arm up just in case, right? Protect from that punch. And we're thrusting in with that elbow strike here. Separating the ribs, busting the ribs, or even if it's just enough that it drives them back with a sharp poke between the ribs. That's the whole thing, deflecting hammer. It's only 2 counts. 1 back, 1 forward here. And it goes about that quick. As soon as you're back and you can push off that back foot, you slide right back in. One more time, deflecting hammer for the right front kick. Escape and advance. Comes in, best block goes to the back elbow grab. Grab the arm, set an inward wrist lock, come back in, side kick behind his knee, butt pointing down here, push front kick back, elbow, good, wrap, back, and then other foot, but yes, turn in and side kick. Crane, back, elbow, and we go into crane, smash, and route. Smash, elbow rake.